Hey guys, welcome to the Tailgate. On this week's episode, we're going to be talking Week 15 football and grilling some steaks. Hey guys, welcome back. If this is your first time tuning in, my name is Armando. I've been in the fantasy sports industry for several years now. You can find my work at footballdiehards.com. I'm the host of the Chalk Talk podcast, and I also run the 1 Week Season Twitter handle. We created this show to combine three of my passions: sports, grilling, and craft beer. Each week, we'll be trying a new recipe and naming our MVP, most valuable beer. This week's MVP is Rome City IPA. Cheers. Here's your lock of the week. Dallas is on the road this week playing the Colts. They're getting 3 points. Both teams have been playing very well in recent weeks, and this is a good matchup here. The Cowboys' rush defense should be able to pressure Luck and give him some trouble this weekend. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the defense over the offense, take the Cowboys getting the 3 points, and even if you want to do money line, I think you can do that as well because the Cowboys should outright win this game. Let's head on over to the bargain bin. The first player I want to talk about this week is Gus Edwards at 4,400 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a really good matchup as they're allowing 4.6 yards per carry and have given up 14 rushing touchdowns, which is tied for second most in the league. When you look at his recent production, he has at least 16 rush attempts in each of his last 4 games and now has 10 red zone touches in the last 3 games, which is good for 30%. The only red flag for Edwards is he's not involved in the passing game. That said, the Ravens are favored here, and this should be a good game script for Edwards at a very cheap price. The next player I want to talk about is Jaylen Samuels at 5,200 against the New England Patriots. He filled in last week for the injured James Conner, who remains questionable for this week, and did a pretty good job with 92 total yards and 7 catches. I really like the fact that he has good hands here, catching passes out of the backfield against a really slow defensive unit in the Patriots. They've struggled against pass catching backs, and this is a good game environment for someone like Samuels. At this price, he seems like a great bargain, and this game has one of the highest totals on the main slate, so there should be plenty of fancy goodness in this spot. Go ahead and take him at a very reasonable price, 5,200 against the Patriots. Alright guys, being that there aren't many bargain options this week, I decided to do something a little different. So I'm going to provide you a player in a really good matchup at a reasonable price. Joe Mixon at 6,100 against the Oakland Raiders seems like a phenomenal spot. Listen, the Raiders are giving up 119 rushing yards per game, 4.9 yards per carry. They've given up 10 rushing touchdowns and are giving up over 20 DraftKings points per game. The usage and the volume has been there for Mixon. This is a positive game script, and when you look at his upside, it's through the roof. At this price, he can certainly exceed expectations by a good amount, making him a value play at a good price in a good matchup. Go ahead, don't hesitate, roster Mixon this week.
It's Chalk Talk time.
Juju Smith-Schuster at 8,000 against the New England Patriots seems like he's going to be very popular this week, and rightfully so. Listen, he's been playing out of his mind with at least 100 receiving yards in 3 of his last 4 games and scoring at least 21 DraftKings points in 3 of those games as well. During that stretch, he has now averaged 12 targets per game and has scored 3 touchdowns. New England has allowed 15 receiving touchdowns to opposing wideouts and are giving up over 37 DraftKings fantasy points per game. This is a great game environment as it has a high total, and Juju Smith-Schuster has just been playing out of this world. I'm going to go ahead, take this guy, even if he's popular, and eat that chalk. I'm expecting T.Y. Hilton at 6,800 against the Dallas Cowboys to be very popular this weekend, rightfully so. Listen, there's no denying how good he's been as of late, with at least 125 receiving yards and 20 DraftKings points in 3 of his last 4 games. During that stretch, he's averaging 11 targets per game. This is the problem. This week he gets Byron Jones, who has been playing out of this world this year and has been doing a good job at containing receivers from doing a lot of damage. In this matchup, I do expect Hilton to see plenty of Jones, which makes it a tough matchup for him. He certainly has the ability with his speed to beat Jones, but I'm going to go ahead and take the defensive side here and not play a popular Hilton. thank you for joining us at the Tailgate this week. If you enjoyed the show, tell a friend, subscribe below, make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Good luck to everyone this weekend, and I'll see you next week. Tender.